Hi, welcome to Skipper's Photography, also known as Studio Skipper. I am, of course, Skipper, and how can I help you? You must be my 4 o'clock appointment. Perfect. Good to see you, and you're right on time. Excellent. We love punctuality. Yeah, of course. Oh, you like those? Yeah. Just a little bit from my personal collection. In this business, it's good to kind of remember our roots and all the history that led to where we are now with our fancy digital cameras and oh yeah, this is my daughter. Put those there. Who knows? Might be able to get her into the family business. Well, she's just little, but so it'll be a little while, but still. But anyway, sorry, I interrupted myself. It's good to remember our roots with all the fancy digital technology, where we came from, what we had to work with in the early days. It's good to keep that in mind, as we appreciate everything that we have now. Though my favorite has got to be the Polavision handheld camera. Yeah. Now, it didn't sell well, mostly because the tapes, here, I'll bring one down. The cassette tapes that they would use to record, because it was a, basically, the first camcorder. The cassettes that they would use, they're entirely proprietary. And in order to, read them, in order to display what was being stored on the tapes, you would have to buy a Polavision, view box, essentially, which was a mini TV. So you'd have to buy the camera, buy the tape, and then to top it all off, you'd also have to buy what was essentially, at the time, another TV, one that you could only use to view Polavision tapes. Not exactly the best business model, and this product didn't stick around for too long. But I like to keep it up there just because they're kind of rare these days. I'm a little bit proud of being able to call one my own, but it's a cool little camera once you get over the fact that it's almost entirely useless these days. But goodness me, I've talked too much about cameras and family business. Let's kind of dispense with the pleasantries and get right to it. First, a short questionnaire, just to get a sense of how you'll be using the photos that we take today, because that often determines kind of how I'm going to be taking the photos. Kind of determine what you're going to be using them, and then also any preferences you might have, one way or the other, for some lighting options that we have, and some other things that I'll explain kind of as we move through the process. So first, how will you be using the photos that we're going to be taking today? Okay, sure. So the professional headshot, sure. Are these going to be used for any modeling type activities? No? Okay. Just for the cover letters and everything. That's perfect. No, we get a lot of people coming in for that. Yeah, that's not an issue. Will you be wanting any stylization on the portraits that we're going to be doing, or would you like kind of just the classic, clean look? Anything, saturated, black and white, any filters that you prefer? We can do sepia. Just classic, sure. Yeah, we've got that all set up, you can see. Got my big key light up here. We've got some fill lights kind of around you, so that'll be fine. That'll turn out really well. And you're looking very nice, by the way. I forgot to mention it initially because you got me all distracted talking about the cameras, but you're looking really nice today, so I'm glad that you've shown up prepared. Cuts down on the expense of having to wait for you to get changed, and then so it's just perfect that you're all prepared. Excellent. Preferences of depth of field. For professional headshots, we typically go fairly shallow. So we'll be seeing, you in sharp focus in the background. It'll be not blurry, but just not quite as in focus. There are extremes. If we want shallow, we can go extremely shallow. If you've ever seen a Zack Snyder film, those are very, very shallow depth of field. That's probably going to be a little bit too extreme for what we're going to do. So I'm just going to stick, if that's alright with you, with the fairly shallow depth of field. Unless you absolutely want the background to be in crisp focus. No, I didn't figure, but it never hurts to ask. Perfect. Excellent. And would you like this done from the shoulders up or the chest up? It's only a difference of a couple inches, but it makes a big impact on the sizing that we're going to be able to do. For example, if you want your standard kind of 8.5 by 11, full page portrait, it's not really going to matter because everything's going to be proportional, whether you do it from the chest up or the shoulders up. So your face is going to be there and it's going to be in nice detail, but if you want maybe wallet sizes or kind of postcard size printouts, we might get into a territory if we're going to do the chest up where your face isn't going to be as large, and so we're not going to be able to draw as much focus to it. So I'm going to probably recommend, just for the professional headshots, because you're not usually sending out the full sheet, probably shoulders up, if that's alright. Sure. Yeah, that's good. I think that's just going to really be able to balance your proportions and make sure that, your face, which is lovely, is going to be in sharp focus. The eye is going to be drawn right to it. Excellent. And finally, any features of yours that you want to highlight, best angles that you think you have. Sure. Well, for instance, you've got a very nice strong jawline. You've got a very nice feature nose. So we can kind of work with the angles and work with the lighting to highlight those. Yeah? Sure. And again, you've got very nice proportional features as well. So it's going to be really easy. You're going to be very easy to photograph. There are some people who, we have to avoid certain angles. Maybe if the jawline isn't as strong, we can kind of use angles to artificially kind of enhance through the lighting the jawline, but that's not going to be an issue for you. So we can be really creative with the angles that we're going to be taking. Perfect. All right, and of course, these notes are going to be, I'm going to be referencing these throughout the process, but you're also going to get a say. We'll be reviewing all the photos after, obviously we're done with the shoot. And, once we kind of pick and choose the best ones, I'll be taking shots of various angles. I might even do some chest up shots just to give you some options in case, that really turns out to be something that you enjoy. We have a lot of time. It's nice that you came prepared. We can take a couple extra photos, so we can get a little bit creative. We can have some fun with it today. So, yeah. Well, it pays to be prepared, doesn't it? Perfect. Without further ado, let's get right into the process. I'm just going to make sure all my settings are, yep, perfect. I'm going to do, we've got very good ambient lighting at the moment. I'm going to take some without the flash, and I'll take some with the flash from the various angles, and we'll be able to compare after the fact. I suspect that just because we've got the key lighting up here, we've got the fill lighting on you, the flash might be a little bit too aggressive. We might be ending up with something that is a little bit washed out, but it never hurts to try. So, perfect. Let's get started. Good. Excellent. You'll notice I'm using the viewfinder here. I tend to like this a little bit more. We have the LED screen option, but I find that when I'm kind of looking like this, I'm not really using my eyes. I'm using the screen and what the screen is seeing. And, photographers' best tool is their eye. So I tend to want to use the tend to use the viewfinder. Just stay nice and relaxed throughout this process. There's no stress. All right, give me a kind of professional smile. Perfect. Good. I'm going to take one a little bit lower. Just keep your eyes, right up here. I'm going to be giving instructions throughout, so don't worry. You're always going to have something to do. Alright, perfect. Just straight on. Good. Good. Look right at me. Good. And just again. Good. Good. One from a little bit higher. Okay. Alright, now look up here. Good. And up here again, please. Perfect. Good. Alright, no smile on these couple. Perfect. Good. Alright, now kind of the professional smirk. Just perfect. Good. Good. Alright, I'm going to start to take some. I've been doing shoulders up. I'm going to kind of do chest up. I'm going to pull back a little bit. Good. 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 And just, again, look right into the camera. Perfect. Good. And then look right at me. Good. Good. Alright. Let's do a couple with the flash, and then I'll review them really quick. We'll see if that's looking good for you, okay? Perfect. So remember, there is going to be a flash, so brace for that, please. 1, 2, 3. Good. Alright, couple more. There we go. Good. And one more, straight on. Nice professional smile. Perfect. Turn your head for me slightly. Excellent. Chin down just a little bit. Perfect. Alright. The flash is a little bit too aggressive for this, just as I kind of thought. So let's do that same pose. Kind of looking to the side, chin down a little bit. Without the... There we go. Good. Alright, keep that. Raise your shoulders just a little bit for me. Yep, just keep them square. Good. If you could turn your torso just a little bit Then get your hands kind of down on one thigh. Excellent. Yep, same head position. Good. 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 Excellent. Yeah, it's looking perfect. Alrighty. A couple more. Good. 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 So that gives us about 50 to 70. One moment, please. Just a few more. And that'll give us a really good pool to work with kind of as we review. So I'm going to take a quick break. We'll review these, take a look at them on the big screen that I have set up, and then go through some retouching options that we have. That's just for lighting purposes. Lighting, background, make sure that the contrast is good. The digital cameras are excellent, and it's fantastic that we're able to kind of do some of the retouching if you want to do that. With the old school film cameras, you'd have to literally take out the film and treat it differently. We can go through 5, 6, 7 options on the digital screen, which is fantastic. So give me about 5 minutes to get these processed onto the big screen, and then we can take a look at those. Of course, you'll be getting the printouts that we have. You purchased the professional package, so that won't be an issue. We'll have those mailed to you once we have them processed and printed out, so that won't be an issue. And then of course we'll get you the USB as well that has all of the pictures that you're going to select. I think that we got at least 15, 16 really good, strong contenders in that batch. So we might need a little bit of time to kind of sift through and find the best ones for the purposes that you want. But I think that was a fantastic shoot. Thank you so much for being so malleable and able to being so flexible. It was fantastic. So thank you. You were an excellent photo shoot client, and yeah, I'll be with you in just 1 second. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye.